Dalila, thank you very much for coming here, and thank you for finally accepting to your story, your amazing story, your amazing journey, which is very, very important for us to listen to it and encourage the ladies who are going to listen to your story. Can you give me just a quick bio of who is Dalila?
I'm a French lady. I'm living in UAE since 18 years, and I work for a toy company which produce toys for Disney to all the studios, Warner Brothers and so on. So my work implies a lot of traveling and a lot of social contact with customers, distributors and so on. So this is who is Dalila. Beside my work, I work hard. I have on a weekly basis, I do 4 to 5 times sports. I party also sometimes, and I'm somebody who is very positive.
Very nice.
Yes.
Okay, we are in the month of awareness of cancer. So your story is related to this month, and that's the reason why we asked you to be in this podcast here. I need you to tell me the background of what happened with your story and when, why, all these details.
Sure. I have been diagnosed with the breast cancer beginning of November 2022, and my whole story started and finished within 21 days, I would say. I went for my normal mammogram annual routine.
You do it every year?
Yes, because I think a certain age, like 40 plus, you have a recurrent checkup on an annual basis. So I did my mammo, and after COVID, of course, was not possible, but I started again, and here it comes. I got diagnosed after mammogram, ultrasound, and MRI. The doctor finally called me and told me that I have a breast cancer. So I said...
He told you over the phone?
No. She called me and she told me, you have a lobular cancer. Basically, it's related to hormones. So I said, okay, doctor, now I'm in front of you, so you need to take care of me and you need to remove this, and I'll be with you and counting on your support all the way. So the doctor was quite amazed to see that I was quite strong to take it. But the effect comes after, you know. You find yourself alone and say, do I have a deadline in my life? Will I die soon? Because you have no idea this sickness can eat your brain fast. So I allowed myself to be down one day, and how I would expose this situation to my entourage, my family, my work colleague. And then I decided to keep it for myself for some time until I digest it, because it's a process. Then I informed my husband, who supported me the most, of course. But it hit your strength, your dignity, and then you feel like, okay, now I need really to slowly say goodbye to everybody. But then, no, it's the wrong way. You need a very good mindset towards it. You really need to process it fast, a few days, not leave it for a week or so. This is very important. And trust, of course, the medical technology, because this is the advanced treatment that you can get. Go to the doctor and do your checkup. This is a self-care.
Let me stop you here, Dalila. Did you have any symptoms before going? Did you expect anything?
Nothing. It's just that I do my mammo every year, and I stick to it the same month. And of course, you need to do also your self-check under the shower and so on. But no, I didn't feel anything because it was early stage, luckily for me. Because if you feel something, it's already too late. Somehow it's expanding inside. So no, I didn't. I didn't have to go through chemo. I just had to remove the cancer and the tumor and do radiotherapy.
Okay, so the moment you came to know until the operation, how long was that?
2 weeks. Only meeting the anesthetist and go through the admin part, and then on 21st of November I was removed. The tumor was removed.
Okay. How did you prepare yourself for these 2 weeks? I think it's the longest 2 weeks that you've ever lived in your life.
So of course, as I told you, there's different phases, psychological phases, where you have to disclose it to your work environment, to your colleague and your management, because there will be, of course, some treatment going on for some time. Then you need to inform also your friends, because you might be weak or you might be sick. It depends. And then, of course, I didn't want to change much in my lifestyle. I still had a amazing support from my friends. I'm not talking about my husband and my family. This is the most crucial part. And my coach, he didn't leave me 1 minute. We went through all my sessions without skipping one, and always good spirit. not talking about it, only listening to me. But it was really, I didn't change anything in my lifestyle. But when you find yourself alone, this loneliness develop dark sides.
Yes.
And then I forbid myself because I'm quite strong. And I said, I will go through this and I'm a cancer survivor and I will win my battle.
Yeah. So you already projected yourself
Yes.
the results and the achievement that you are a winner already before you going there.
Exactly. So, but of course, you need to understand what is the stage. And if you look at the milestone backwards, you really need to do your mammo yearly basis. This is the most important, at least that you don't have consequences and then complexity in then your future.
Yeah, yes. Thanks to this regular checkups that you're doing, you managed to get it at an early stage
Exactly.
to know before it's too late.
Exactly.
Amazing. So tell me, after you've done the operation, what is your lifestyle? What kind of changes have you done since you came to know and after?
So I was already having a healthy lifestyle. I would tell you that physical activity is very important. You need to stick to it at least a few times a week. Eating healthy, but when you love food is a bit difficult, but nevertheless, you can always find goodness in healthy food and positive attitude. This is also something that needs to feed your brain very often and be surrounded by positive people. This is very important.
Where did you get the strength from?
My family, my husband, my friends. My personality is like that, spreading.
Can you tell me a little bit about your personality? Like how did you develop this strong mindset? Because it's very rare to find it in a human being, especially in a woman.
It's difficult to tell you, but I build up myself from problems that you encounter in life and from good things as well. And if you are career oriented, you want to climb the ladder, the professional ladder, then you also look for positive development around you. Having also a healthy relationship and with your family. We are very, very close with my parents and my siblings. This is also my husband, have balanced life and spread smile and laugh. This is also part of my motto.
Amazing, amazing. What advice would you give to cancer people who are going through cancer at the moment, whether men or women? Because it could be anyone.
First of all, of course, the prevention is very important. Go and do your checkup. Self-checkup as well is important. Trust the medical service that we have.
Wait, did you do it here in
Yes,
Dubai?
I did it here, yes. And you're not a doctor for yourself, only probably for basic, okay, I have a headache and so on, but for these deep and silent sicknesses, consult doctors. And so this is my first message. And second, you need to recognize the strength that you have in your inner self, because you can either look at a problem and find a solution, or look for solution, or you can look at a problem and then say it's not solvable, and then you take two different ways, two different paths. So try as much as possible to look for the positive one. This is also important.
You're still doing the regular checkups. You said in November last year, right?
Correct.
So are you going to do it again to make sure?
So I have been cancer-free since 11 of April after radiotherapy, and I do a checkup every 3 months afterwards, and next year I will do it every 6 months. Yes.
Amazing. How do you feel?
I feel great. I don't want to tell you that it's a game changer, but you look at your life differently. You try to take care of yourself a bit more, and of course we grow old, so it's a different mindset. And when I look back at what was my story, I'm also proud of myself, how I handled it.
Dalila, tell me about the story where your doctor requested you as a help and support.
Yeah, well, the doctor was somehow astonished about my processing towards the cancer, and then she asked me if I could do a small movie campaign for the hospital, Mediclinic, and Dr. Nihal also. So I made a small movie and I told my story as well, so to spread the word. And from there, I spoke probably to 10 ladies who were facing, of course, the same hurdle about cancers, and I gave them also shared some good vibes and tell them not to have a psychological torture, just to process and follow the protocol.
Touch with these people.
Yes, of course.
And they survived.
They survived,
Their
hit
mindset.
as well. They went through, some of them went through chemo, some of them did only radiotherapy, but it's always, a support is great and greater when people are related to you because of this cancer. So we feel close, and the support is at any time. You feel down, then there's always somebody who cheer up. And trust me, I gave a lot of my energy to those people.
It comes back to you.
Yeah.
And I believe you should have community, and you should use this experience that you have, because your strength is extremely powerful. Your energy is very powerful to people like me, for instance, who has nothing related. But for cancer people, you are more important as the doctors who are in the hospital.
That's true.
Because as we said, it's the mindset and what goes inside your head that can kill you faster or can make you survive.
Correct.
So people like you need to spread. You need to keep up to. I advise you to go and open up your own podcast. And I'm serious.
Okay.
Because you have a very beautiful message. And as you said, like these 10 people, I think you have the power as their doctor had. It's 50-50. You and the doctor. Your importance is in this life is more than what you think.
I'll think about it.
Tell me more stories. I know you have so many more stories to tell regarding this.
We do some other podcast another time, but no. The only message is go check up. The earlier is the better.
What did you tell them in specific? Give me one story from these.
So I have one lady, she went through the same cancer, breast cancer as me, but her treatment was different. She had to go through chemo and complication because of blood issue and so on. But guess what? Every day I was talking to her either by WhatsApp or by voice message or by call or by a picture, just cheering her up. Of course, I'm not the only one, but when I told you, the common issue brings you closer. And then she was like, oh, Dalila, you make my day. Today I was feeling down, but look at your words and say, you are stronger than that. You're a cancer survivor. I did it. You can do it. So at that time, I was finishing my radiotherapy. She was doing chemo. So I was counting down the days with her. And then I was telling her, we'll celebrate at halfway. Halfway we were meeting, we were celebrating. And then when we finished, she hit the bell. And then I said, it's done now. Radiotherapy is just a very easy process compared to chemo. So only positive words. And trust me, even, of course, time is really, it's lengthy.
Yes.
When you go through this, one day is a week. But the more you talk, the more you communicate, the less you feel the psychological pain.
Yeah.
And she's cancer-free.
And you're still in touch with her.
Of course, for life now.
Yes.
It's a new community.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's really important that how your strength, which is the reason why you survived this one, I believe. It's more than the medical care, which is important, more than the prevention. Also, the mindset that you have, the strength as a woman, it is very, very important, because I've seen so many people go through, men also, not just women who are supposed to be stronger, but I think women are stronger, go through this pain of having something smaller than a cancer and then reaching to death probably just because of their mindset, because of the fear that they have developed. So the importance of your strength that you have, and that's why I'm emphasizing on your strength, is more important, which made you, let's say, 50% survive what you have been going through. So the message that we want to get out of this podcast is how you look at your problems in general, and especially your health, in terms of strength. And if you can fix it, if there is a way to fix it, then go do something about it. Otherwise, if you cannot, stop worrying about it. Leave it. So I'm really happy to hear this message from you and meet you in person. Finally, we just say hi to each other. But your story is really amazing and really touchy. I don't know if there's anything else you want to tell me at the end of this podcast, but your strength is overwhelming, this podcast.
I'm really happy that somehow this podcast is taking place. I'm not somebody who like to expose myself, but I think I have a message to convey to all the women there, and must do. Check up, because the earlier is the better. Prevent than being punished. This is also one of my mottos. So this is it from my side.
Thank you very much, Dalila. I really appreciate your time, your message, your strength. Keep strong, keep doing what you're doing, and let's see you in the gym.
Yes.